Hi guys, this is Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am going to be doing the Christmas DP Premiere-a-thon. I'm not sure how you say it, but it is the Diamonds Are for Christmas premiere. I pre-recorded and I lost the beginning 15 minutes of my footage, so this is going to be a sneak peek of basically where I finished. So excuse the editing. I'm sorry. This is my first time editing and my video shut off, and then I lost the beginning footage before it shut off. And yeah, so I'm going to start answering the first, how many questions did I have? I had 9 questions that I had already answered for my Christmas tag. So I'm going to go ahead and start from the beginning, and hopefully I can get this under an hour. So like I said, I had already done this. I worked on all of this while I was filming earlier. So this wasn't here in the first footage, but I'm going to keep working and you're going to see basically this disappear and start. So I'm sorry. I'm trying, like I said, this is my first time editing. I'm trying not to mess it up too bad, but it was a last minute thing and I'm trying to get it all done. I'm just filling in, I guess, for somebody else that didn't do their spot. So yeah, I'm gonna stick to it and I'm gonna try to get it out. So let's see. The first question is, how do you celebrate Christmas? For Christmas, we just have family and sometimes friends over. We usually go to my mom's for, well, let me start on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, we go to my step-grandmother's, and then we go to, and then on Christmas Day, we have usually my dad and my sister and her husband and my boyfriend. We all have Christmas at my house in the morning, and then in the afternoon my sister and her husband go to her husband's mom's house, and then in the evening we go to my mom's and we have dinner, and the kids come, my stepbrother's kids come, and sometimes some of their friends come, like my mom's friends or my stepdad's friends. One year I took Bob's sister over there, which is her and the baby went over there. So yeah, that's really all we do, is we just go over there, have dinner, spend time with family, and enjoy each other's company. The next question is, how are you spending this Christmas? Pretty much the same as what I explained. Pretty much exactly how I just explained. Are you good at buying gifts for others? I like to say that I'm pretty good at buying gifts for other people, depending on how well I know them, and also depending if they're like super hard to buy for, I guess. But like my mom is super hard to buy for because she pretty much already has everything. She collects flamingos, so, and nautical stuff. So it's been a little easier since she started collecting flamingos because she didn't have a lot of that. So now she has flamingos everywhere. And a funny story about that is my stepdad likes to tease her and he calls them her pelicans, or her pink pelicans. She gets so mad. It's hilarious. But yeah, I think I'm pretty good at buying gifts for people. Usually they like them. At least hopefully I think they do. They tell me they do. I love giving gifts to people though. It's just always been something I like to do. It's part of the reason I have my shop, because I love making little gift boxes. Let's see. What is your most memorable Christmas memory? It would probably be when I was little, back when Santa still brought my gifts. I ended up getting a bunch of little stuff, and my sister got a big old thing. I was probably about 6 or so. So, you know, gifts are a big thing when you're a kid. And I just remember being upset because I didn't get anything big and I wanted my Barbie dream house because I was into Barbies. Well, my dad had me look outside and Santa had left me a pretty pink Barbie dream house in the backyard, along with a Barbie Corvette and a bunch of Barbies. So I was super excited, and shoot, I played with that for years. They finally had to get rid of the dollhouse because it was falling apart. But yeah, that was, I think, my most memorable thing. The other things I remember are when I was like 15, my parents got us cell phones. But the trick was, since we were obviously not old enough to work and make a paycheck, but we did bus tables for my step grandma at her restaurant, and we would get paid a little bit of cash just for helping. And we had to pay our own cell phone bill. So we definitely learned the value of $1 really quick. And I think the next year after they gave us those, they gave us laptops and they gave us the bill. So we had to make the payments on those. So, I mean, it really wasn't a gift per se. It was more like, hey, here's you a laptop, but you're paying for it. You don't get to pick it out. So it's whatever. They were just cheap laptops. And another year we got go-karts, and again, we paid for them. They just picked them out. So, I mean, it was fun. I definitely rode the crap out of that go-kart. Let's see, where was I at? How did you spend last Christmas? Last Christmas basically was the same as this Christmas. So, and the way we celebrate Christmas. So basically, Christmas Eve at my step-grandma's. Christmas, we have it in the morning at my house and in the evening at my mother's. So yeah. On Christmas Eve, do I leave anything out for Santa? We do not. Traditionally, I guess you would leave out milk and cookies or something similar, but we don't have any kiddos, so we do not leave anything out because that would be pointless because Santa's not coming to our house. Let's see. What is my favorite Christmas movie? My favorite Christmas movie, I would have to have a couple probably, but my top favorite is probably Elf. I love Elf with Will Ferrell, I believe his name is. He's hilarious. He makes me laugh every time, and that's just probably my favorite. Other than that, I would have to say The Grinch. I think that one's funny. I like the one with the actual people, not the cartoon one. I've also been watching like a bunch of Hallmark Christmas movies, the little tearjerker ones, of course. Netflix has got a bunch of them on there right now that are pretty good too. Let's see. My favorite Christmas song would probably be Silent Night or Jingle Bells, maybe. I'm not for sure on that one. Yeah, probably those. I'm not huge on Christmas music, so I don't have a bunch of Christmas songs in my head. I also like Santa Baby. I can't remember the name of some of them, honestly. All I Want for Christmas, I believe, is another one. Oops, I hit the camera, I'm sorry. The next question is, I think this was the last question I ended on the last time, was what do you eat on Christmas Day? On Christmas Day, we usually have something similar to Thanksgiving. And this year, my stepbrother was in Bahrain for Thanksgiving, so he missed out on our traditional Thanksgiving. So he did ask my stepdad, which is his dad, to make traditional Thanksgiving or our traditional Christmas food rather than the Italian or the Mexican stuff that we usually make if we get tired of the turkey and the dressing and the ham. Oh, I forgot about the dressing. Yes, I always forget to say the dressing. So dressing is the other thing that I missed later on in this video. But yeah, he was in Bahrain and he didn't get a real... They did have a Thanksgiving dinner for them, but it wasn't like... He said it wasn't very... It was very different. He said it was kind of spicy, I believe he said. So yeah, he wanted our traditional food. So I'm pretty happy about that because I love Thanksgiving dinner. So definitely super happy that we're having it again. But yeah, I'm gonna try to... I think I already talked about what kind of food we're having, so I'm not gonna repeat that. So I'm sorry this video is a little wonky. Like I said, it's last minute and definitely wanted to make sure that I had something to talk about, so I did these tag questions for y'all. But I hope you enjoy watching me at least. So yeah, we usually have like turkey or ham or all the sides. I like to have green bean casserole is my favorite, so definitely excited about that. But I'm glad that we get to see my family. A lot of times we don't get to see them very often. But oh, back to what I was saying. Food. Okay, so yeah, we usually have ham and sometimes turkey, sweet potatoes. My mom makes them sometimes with not mashed potatoes, excuse me, marshmallows on top. Sometimes she makes them like a pecan pie and puts like pecans and I think brown sugar on top. We also have sometimes mashed potatoes. Depending if the kids are there, we'll have mac and cheese. Definitely green bean casserole, which is my favorite. And sometimes my stepdad will, make broccoli with like cheese in it. Let's see what else. I guess one of the traditions we usually have is to have cobbler, which my mom usually makes peach cobbler, and my stepsister is gonna make the pies this year. The cobbler and the pies are a recipe that used to be what we used at the restaurant that we had with my step-grandma had, and we worked there and we always had to make them every morning. So she's gonna make pecan pie and coconut pie this year. And let's see, what else do we have? Sometimes they have like some kind of bread or rolls. That's really about it, unless somebody else comes over and brings something. Sometimes they'll have some of their friends over, like my stepdad and my mom's friends. Otherwise, it's just usually the almost like traditional Thanksgiving, but for Christmas. Sometimes we're tired of turkey and ham and stuff like that. I mean, I am not, but sometimes the rest of the family is. I could have that all the time. I love having Thanksgiving. But sometimes they get tired of it. So then, like on occasions where obviously my stepbrother's not out of the country, we would have either Mexican food or Italian. So usually like a lasagna. My mom will make a lasagna, or we will have like, she makes enchilada pie casserole. So it would be either one of those usually, because it's easy to make a big batch for a big group of people. If you hear me pause, sorry. I'm trying to make sure it's staying recording because it keeps stopping. So The next question is, do you have any Christmas Eve traditions? The only one we have is to go and visit my step grandma and visit with their family at the house with her. She, I believe, just turned, I want to say 92. So we all try to spend time with her as much as we can. Do we wear Christmas jumpers, and if so, show a picture? We do not. We don't wear Christmas jumpers. I do have a funny story about a jumper. If I can find the picture, I'll try to insert it. My friend Andy, who watches my channel, so if he hears this, he'll probably laugh. But one year he got, Bob is into cow stuff. One year he got Bob a onesie cow pajamas, and we have pictures of him wearing it. If I can find them, like I said, I'll try to insert it if I can figure out, sorry, I hit the camera. If I can figure out how to edit it in, because like I said, this is my first time editing, so I can't show you right now because I am trying to film on my phone if it quits stopping recording on me. Let's see. The other question, next question is, in your culture, what date do you receive gifts? Normally on Christmas Day. I think I said earlier, we do Christmas morning usually with my dad and my sister and her husband, and then Christmas evening we do it at my mom's with everybody, the step family and my sister. So show your Christmas decorations. The only decorations I have up right now, we ran a little late because we were helping my mom move. So the only thing I have up is my tree and the tree skirt. I don't even have my stockings up or anything. And my tree is just, it's pre-lit and that's all we have on it. I'm not really big on ornaments on my tree, but I do like to put ribbon on it, but I didn't even get to put the ribbon on it. And I figure it's already Christmas is already almost over, so we're just gonna leave it with the lights. And then I have lights on my house, but it's nothing spectacular, so I'm not really gonna show it. I'll just talk about it. And then it asks me, do I like eggnog? I do not. That is another thing my stepbrother is really into, is he loves his eggnog. And especially now that he's older and he could put alcohol in it. He's always loved eggnog, even when he was a kid. They had to like hide it from him. Have I ever visited the North Pole? I would have to say no. That I have not. I always wanted to when I was a kid, but no, I have never visited the North Pole. What is your favorite gift you've received on Christmas? I would say probably when I was a kid. It was between that Barbie dream house and probably when I was like 15, I believe my parents gave us cell phones, but we had to pay for them. So we just got the phone, and then we all already worked. So like we were doing like on Friday and Saturday nights, we would bus tables at my step grandma's restaurant. So we would get paid for a couple hours, just enough to pay the phone bill. And then another year, they gave us laptops. And again, we got stuck paying the bill, which is fine. It teaches kids to, you know, teaches them the value of $1. Definitely learn how to pay for our own stuff. But yeah, they gave us laptops and we had to pay for those. So we had to make the payments on that. That's really the only gifts that I remember getting, other than like the little essentials and traditional gifts, I guess. We get a lot of clothes or random things like flashlights, purses, excuse me, Bath and Body Works products. My mom sometimes will find like little gadgets or stuff to go with our phones. Stuff for makeup bags, jewelry boxes, etc. I don't know what else. I can't really think right now. Let's see. The next question is, have I ever gone Christmas caroling? Yes, I have. I was in FCCLA growing up, which is a club in high school. Now that I said it, I can't really remember what it means. I would have to look it up. But basically, we would do volunteer work and community service, and we went and sang Christmas carols on the Riverwalk, and then we went and sang at nursing homes. We also went and did Christmas crafts with one of the nursing homes down the road, and they really liked that. It's really nice to help the elderly, especially during the Christmas time, whenever sometimes their family doesn't come back to see them. And I noticed that now that I've had experience working with elderly, that's the case. Sometimes their parents, excuse me, the kids just don't come back after their parents get put in those nursing homes, and they just leave them there. Especially the ones that have like Alzheimer's, excuse me, and dementia. They definitely just sometimes get left, and it's super sad, but it happens, I guess, unfortunately. Let's see. Have I ever built a gingerbread house? Yes, I have. I used to build gingerbread houses. Excuse me. Ooh. Used to build gingerbread houses with my goddaughter and my godson when they were younger. They're not really that young anymore, so they're not into all that anymore. But that was fun. Not as easy as it sounds. Definitely super messy, but it was fun. They're goofy, so their gingerbread houses definitely fit their personalities. But yeah, that's the only time I think I've ever done that, and that was probably a couple years ago, honestly. Probably about 3 years ago. Let's see. The next question is, try to name all of Santa's reindeer. Jeez. Donner, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Rudolph, I don't know if I can remember any of the other ones. Trying to think of that song that has them all in there. Donner, did I say Donner? Donner, Cupid, Comet, Vixen, Rudolph. I don't know. I don't know any other ones. I can't think. I'll try to remember by the time I get in the chat and talk to y'all. Finish this elf quote. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is... Let me see. I have to think about that. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is, I would say, wrap everything in glitter, but that's just me. Maybe an elf. Let's see. They would probably think by giving all the good kids toys or a bunch of sugar, baking cookies. I'm not sure. I'm horrible at these questions. The worst present you ever received? I don't know, probably socks. But I don't know, they're useful. I'm pretty grateful for everything I get. So, I mean, that's kind of a hard question. My all-time favorite Christmas food would be green bean casserole, pecan pie, that's really it. Like I said, we still have, our Christmas is usually similar to Thanksgiving. Make a noise to show how excited. I don't want to make a noise. It says make a noise to show how excited you are for Christmas. Woo. I don't know. I'm pretty behind on everything for Christmas this year, so this is my excitement for Christmas. Is your Christmas tree real or fake? Well, my Christmas tree is fake because I have horrible allergies. And when I was a kid, we had a real one. And it was horrible. Like, not only did it shed horribly, but my eyes, oops, I hit the camera again. Sorry, guys. My eyes were watering. I was sneezing. It was horrible. So, I don't do real Christmas tree in my house, but also because my dogs are crazy. And I don't even want to imagine what would happen if we had a real tree, other than my allergies. But yeah, we have a fake one. Have I ever built a snowman? Sorry, I keep yawning. Y'all are used to that by now. Yes, I have. Even though I live in Texas, it has snowed here a couple times. So I believe it was last year it snowed, or the year before. I think it was last year, but it wasn't around Christmas. But yes, we got to build a snowman because it actually rained. I mean, not rained. It snowed a couple inches here. So if I can find pictures, I will insert those also. But because I just got a new phone, so I'm not sure everything got transferred. But yes, I have built a snowman. Who cooks the Christmas meal? My mother and my stepfather, usually. And then, like I said, the pies, it's usually a combination between my sister, me, or my stepsister. Usually my stepsister decides to do it, but I am capable. They just usually get to it before I do. What gifts do I want for Christmas this year? There's this really awesome pot and pan set that they have. I don't know if they have it anywhere else, but I saw it at Bed Bath & Beyond. And it's like stackable. It's space saving. They're super expensive though. Oh, I would love them. But they're gonna have to wait. I'm trying to wait for a good sale. I should have tried to get them on Black Friday, but I didn't. But it's whatever. But yeah, they're Califlon or something. I don't know. It starts with a C. They're super, super nice. And I'm limited in kitchen space because we live in a double wide and it doesn't have a big kitchen, unfortunately, which sucks. We may have to just eventually add on or something because I love having a bigger kitchen. But my house is beautiful either way. I love my house. Who cooks? What gifts do I want? Do you prefer giving? What? Excuse me. Do you prefer giving or receiving gifts? I prefer giving gifts, but receiving gifts are nice too, but I've always been a giver. So it's probably the the answer I would choose is giving gifts rather than receiving. I can care less if I get one. I'm super grateful though if I do. It's kind of, especially when people send me stuff and I don't expect it, it's awesome, but totally not expected and totally not necessary. But it's awesome, especially when you realize that you have friends that are willing to do that for you. Or family, either way. But let's see. What is your favorite thing about Christmas? My favorite thing about Christmas is definitely getting family together, especially, oh, I keep hitting the camera. I'm not used to having my stand there. Definitely getting family together, especially when you don't get to see them because they live out of state or they work a lot. So the only time we really get to see my stepbrother and his family, since they live in Colorado, is usually on Christmas. Sometimes they'll try to come down for Easter and or Thanksgiving, but usually not more than maybe twice a year. But hopefully soon they will get to move a little closer and come back towards Texas. Have you ever celebrated Christmas in another culture? I don't think so. I really don't think I have. I can't think of any other time that we did it in another culture or had a culture experience from another culture. What makes Christmas special for me? Christmas is special to me because I definitely would say because of family. Like I said, we don't have a lot of traditions, but it's really nice to get family together, especially family like I said that you don't get to see very often. I really enjoy spending time with my aunt. I mean, I have more than one, but you know, sometimes family has issues and we don't talk. So really, I only have one aunt that I get to talk to. Some of my other family lives out of state, so we never really see them. But it's really nice to spend time with the kiddos that we do have around and joke around with family, hang out. Sometimes we'll have a bonfire. It's kind of nice. Sometimes we'll sit around and watch Christmas movies or just sit there and watch movies in general. It's not usually Christmas, I guess. Not Christmas movies, sorry. It's really whatever my stepdad puts on the TV. But yeah, I think family is what makes Christmas special. It's not about the gifts, it's about the family. That's my number one thing about it. What would be your dream place to spend Christmas? I would want to go somewhere where there's definitely going to be snow because I think that would be cool. I mean, y'all may not think that if you live where there's snow all the time, but definitely, I dropped a diamond somewhere. Definitely somewhere where maybe there's more snow so that I could experience definitely a white Christmas, I guess they call it. We don't have weather like that very often here in Texas. When we do, none of us know how to drive in it. It's kind of like Texas with people in Texas. When it rains, I don't know what their issue is. They just forget how to drive. But that's just, I guess, where the area I'm in, that some people just don't know how to drive correctly. But I guess that happens when you get near bigger cities sometimes, I guess. But yeah, I would definitely say maybe somewhere where there's more snow. Maybe go to another state or another country. I think even maybe having it somewhere where there's not snow, like maybe Hawaii or the Caribbean. I'm not sure if I say that correctly. Or even maybe like in Paris. I think that would be cool. I've always wanted to go to Paris. Yeah, I don't know where else I would want to have it. But those places would be pretty cool. Let's see. Who am I spending Christmas with this year? Well, excuse me, Christmas Eve, we're going to have it at my step-grandma's, like I said, and let's see who's gonna be there. My mom, my stepdad, his brother, his wife, my sister, her husband, my stepsister and her husband, my stepbrother, his wife, and their 3 girls, which is going to be nice to see them because we haven't seen the baby since she was born. I believe she's 1 already. And let's see, who else? My stepdad's sisters and their family will probably all be there. Well, not all of his sisters, I guess. And then my step-grandmother will be there. Sometimes they have some family friends that we consider family that are there, and that's usually pretty fun because they can get pretty funny and crazy, and we all sit there and talk about the restaurant that we all used to have and work at. And then for Christmas, like I said, it'll be at my mom's in the evening, but my dad and my sister and her husband and me and Bob will all have Christmas morning at my house. Probably Christmas afternoon, to be honest, because my sister's always running late. And then my sister and them, I think, are going to go to her husband's mom's house and do Christmas with them and his brother and his wife and his daughter. And then we will end up going to my mom's probably about 4. Oh, sorry, I hit the camera again. 4 or 5, and we will have dinner and open gifts with my stepsister, her husband. Sometimes my mom's friend, Dorothy, and her husband come over there, and then sometimes my aunt and her husband, but I think they're going to be in Houston with her daughter, or my cousin, this year, because she just moved into a new house. And then I think her other brothers will be there, because I think she has 4 brothers. So, or not 4 brothers, 4 sons, sorry. So my aunt and her 5 kids will have probably Christmas at my cousin's or her house. And then, so we won't get to see them this year, but we got to see them the other day, so that was pretty nice. And let's see, who else usually comes? So my mom, my stepdad, me, Bob, if he's not working because he's on call, my stepsister and her husband. I keep saying it the way I'm saying it because I don't want to say their names, just in case. None of them watch my channel. None of them even know I have a YouTube channel. I don't really tell my family that. I just try to, I keep my YouTube separate from my personal life, as most of you know. So, my stepbrother and his kiddos and his wife. Sometimes my stepdad's friends will be there. I think a couple years ago we took Bob's sister with us and the baby. Oh, that's the other thing. I think Bob's sister and the baby probably will come at some point. That was the baby I used to babysit. He's now a little older than 1. He turned 1 in September. He's a little crazy kid. I got to see him last night. That was nice. So for my birthday, I got to see him. For a little bit, we went and picked him up from his dad. Let's see. I think that's really everybody that we would spend Christmas with. Are you a last minute shopper or are you organized? This year, I am definitely not organized. This year, it got a little out of hand, and not even gonna lie, some people's gifts are gonna be late. I'm just gonna say that. Like, I already had to warn people, you know, I got you something, it's either not here or I haven't been able to go get it yet, but I know I'm getting it for you. So, but usually I start shopping at like Black Friday or even before that, or if I see it like the year before, I'll buy it and I'll save it for the next year. But this year's just been super chaotic. There's been a lot of stuff going on family-wise. Not knowing who was going to be here either. We didn't know if my stepbrother would make it back in time. Because like I said, he was in Bahrain. He's not in the military, so I mean, we weren't like waiting for him to come back from a tour or anything, but he just works for the oil field. But we didn't know if he would be back in time. They did lose his luggage at the airport, so that was interesting. They wanted him to come pick it up, and we live like an hour from the airport, from where he was at. And the airport wanted him to come pick it up, and they were like, nope, that was y'all's air. You're going to have to bring it to us. So the airport delivered his luggage to my mom's the other day when I was over there, and I helped her wrap all her gifts. So she was a little unorganized this year too. She's usually got the gifts wrapped and under the tree already, but she didn't get them wrapped in time this year, so I went over and helped her wrap all those. And unfortunately, my stepdad got nosy and went and dug through their guest bedroom and found his gift, even though she had it hidden and covered up with like a tablecloth or something. So his gift got ruined because he already knows what it was. And so yeah, I helped wrap everybody's gifts. I still don't know what I got because luckily everything was in boxes and you can't tell what they were. So none of my gift surprises are ruined. Can't think of what else I was gonna say there. But yeah, sometimes I'm organized. Oh, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Sometimes I'm organized, sometimes I'm not. It also depends who I'm shopping for. If I'm having a hard time finding something for that person. This year, I believe I showed it on my channel previously that I was working on that Cotart unicorn. That's what I'm giving my sister for Christmas. Unfortunately, I still haven't found a frame that I like for it, so it's gonna be late also. But that's okay. She just lives right down the driveway, so it won't be hard to give it to her. But we still have, like, we didn't even get to go give the gift cards that we were gonna give to my mom and them. So I feel bad, but either way, like I said, it's not about the gifts. It's about the family. They know that they'll get it eventually anyway, so it's not a big deal. Maybe I can run and get them this evening or something. But, trying to think, like Christmas, I like to make cookies and stuff, but I can't find any of my cookie cutters, so I kind of didn't do that. I really wanted to make some like homemade Christmas gifts, maybe some sugar scrubs or Christmas cookies or Christmas candies. I like to make almond bark, different kinds of bark. I also like to make like the chocolate covered pretzels, stuff like that. I just really haven't gotten to it this year. I feel like this year flew by. Like I didn't expect Christmas to come so quick. I don't know, it just feels like it snuck up on me. I feel a little bit out of whack about it. Doesn't even feel like Christmas. It's a little bit chilly here, but it's still pretty hot during the day, so it doesn't feel like Christmas, I guess. So it's kind of weird when you walk outside and you see all the Christmas lights and just wonder why are there lights out? And it's like, oh yeah, it's December already. And then of course my birthday was yesterday, and I don't feel like it should be my birthday already. And then everybody's teasing me about getting old. And I know I'm not, but it's just crazy to just like to think, you know, I just felt like I just turned 21 and now I'm 32 already, and it's like where the time goes. The last question on this sheet is, what's your one Christmas wish? Well, I guess just because it's a wish doesn't mean it's ever going to come true, because obviously you can't bring people back. But I would wish to see my grandparents again. Definitely, excuse me. Definitely, I would wish to see my grandparents again. Just to maybe even spend one more Christmas with them, or have them for, even another year. Just so I could, you know, spend more time with them. I feel like we all get caught up in life, and when someone passes away, obviously you wish that you spent more time with them, and I regret definitely not going to see them more because I was working all the time. And it was really hard to get off when I was working, doing the caregiving. It was crazy hours. Most of the time I had to work on holidays. And like I said, if we weren't there to work the holidays, those residents that were in the assisted living place that I worked at and the memory care units, I worked in the memory care units. They definitely would not have had anybody, excuse me, I hit the camera again. Definitely not have had anybody to spend Christmas with, and it would have been sad. I mean, they need people to love them too. You can't just, I feel like, why would people, which they do, I mean, I just don't understand why you would go put your loved one in a nursing home or an assisted living and just never go back and see them. It's just horrible how people can do that. I guess I just have a kind heart for stuff like that, especially since I experienced not only working with people that had those diseases in the memory care, but my grandparents had that. My grandma had diabetes, and my other grandma had Alzheimer's. My grandpa had dementia. It's just horrible, like, to go through all that. And never, some of the residents in those places never see their family ever after they get dropped off there. And it's super sad. I don't understand how you could go and never go back and see your loved ones. It just doesn't make sense to me. But feel like I'm kind of starting to ramble. I'm out of questions, but I definitely love spending time with my family and opening gifts. I love watching the little guys, the little kids, my nieces, my nephews. I call my friends' kids my nieces and nephews also, by the way, because they all call me Aunt Ashley. So, definitely love watching them all open their gifts, because they don't understand some of them don't understand, especially when they're super little. They expect gifts. They don't understand that the true meaning of Christmas is like family and it's religious. I'm not super religious, so I don't see it as a religious thing really, but other people are. I'm not knocking it. I did grow up going to church and stuff like that, but I did that with my grandma, and once she passed away, I just kind of stopped going. It's not that I don't believe or anything like that. I'm not super religious. I don't believe that you have to necessarily go to church to believe in certain things. I'm not big on talking about religion because usually that's just like politics. It gets you in trouble. So I try not to talk about either one of those, especially on my channel. So I definitely just really enjoy spending time with my family. Now I have you guys, and I really enjoy having conversations with y'all, whether it be in chats or on lives when I moderate or if I'm live. I definitely really enjoy talking to you all, and I know I'm going to probably talk to y'all today on the premiere in the chat. Mine's super early. I think I'm scheduled for 6 a.m. my time on Christmas Eve. So definitely not going to be able to sleep in, but it'll be totally worth it to get to talk to you all. Hopefully I have a good turnout and I get to see a bunch of you in there. Maybe some of the questions I answered, maybe some of you guys could, I don't know, talk about it in the chat. I'd love to hear what y'all's traditions are and what you guys do and what you guys like to eat and what your favorite gifts are and your memories. Just have a little Christmas chit chat. Definitely get you some diamond painting done. I feel like I got a little bit done. I got all this dark green done, but let's see, how am I on time? But yeah, I mean, I really enjoy all of you. I feel super blessed to have all of you guys in my life. I've made so many friends just this last year alone. And I feel like I'm super blessed to have all of my subscribers. I wouldn't be where I'm at without you guys. I think last time I looked, I think I was like 3 away from 900, which is freaking crazy, guys. That's unbelievable to me. Unbelievable. I never thought I would get past 100. And here I am at 900 and 100 more and I'll have 1,000. That's insane. You guys are amazing. I never in a million years would have thought that I'd be this YouTuber that I am today. If you would have asked me before I started my channel, I would have laughed at you and told you, no, I'm not starting YouTube. But without this, I wouldn't have made all these friends that I have now. I wouldn't have got to meet some amazing people. I feel like y'all are a big part of my life, and I wouldn't change it for anything. I love you all. Y'all are all super amazing. Like I said, I just feel super blessed. I can't wait to do more giveaways for you guys. I love giving back to y'all. I do have my birthday giveaway going on until the 29th. If you haven't gotten on that yet, you just have to watch it and answer the questions. Make sure you follow all the questions rules. Those are the rules, that you have to make sure you answer all the questions or whatever questions you don't answer, you don't get an entry for. You gotta say enter me for sure. But yeah, I mean, that was not only for my birthday, it's just a good time of year to give back and just enjoy your life and your family and your friends, and be thankful for what you have, basically, because others don't always have what you have. And you may think, oh, you don't have a lot, but it's always going to be worse for somebody down the road. You know, someone else may not have anything, or maybe they lost their home or a loved one. You just have to be super grateful for what you have, and try not to be negative about life. I don't know. I'm not a life advisor, so just ignore me. But anyways, I think I'm almost out of time. Yeah, I think I'm out of time already. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and wrap this up in a few minutes. This, like I said, definitely is not gonna get done by Christmas, but I tried. I've been not having a lot of time to diamond paint between family and trying to get ready for this week and Christmas, and then this was kind of a last minute thing that I volunteered to help with. So it was good to talk to you guys, though, for sure. I hope you all have a fabulous Christmas and New Year. Hopefully by then I'll talk to you before the new year, but I would love to hear more Christmas stuff in the chat. And I mean, we're probably already talking about that anyway, but definitely, like, tell me what you're working on. And I will have links down below to the person that goes on after me. I can't remember off the top of my head, but definitely will have their link down below, and the premiere playlist will be linked down below in the description box. If you are new to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you decide to stay and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and maybe even hit that thumbs up and give me some love. I hope you did enjoy this. I hope I didn't completely blow it, and hopefully my editing will be all right, and I can start editing my videos and adding pretty little intros and stuff like that. If I can figure it out, I'm going to try to add some Christmas music that hopefully I won't get in trouble for. But yeah, I keep saying, oh, I'm sorry. I really enjoyed talking to you all. It's been super great. I hope y'all have a blessed and wonderful Christmas, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.